Hi.
Hi guys.
Hi, Rem.
There's Remy.
He's at the glass door. You can't see him, but he's here.
He wishes he could be on camera because he wasn't last week, right?
No.
Yeah,
no.
he was weirdly not on camera.
Yeah, he was lying down and just.
Yeah, I was quieter when I said hello.
Yes,
last
that's true.
time.
Yeah.
Than this week.
You've been a good boy.
So we're outside.
Yes, finally.
We are, which is really exciting. I was behind the post for that, but that's okay. Which is exciting that we're finally outside.
Doing projects outside. Yep.
It's finally warm enough. So we thought we would kind of show you a project that we were halfway through, as opposed to something that we just told you we would like to do, because I feel like we kind of talk about that often. So this is a project that we had kind of had on our docket last year.
Yeah. Not even so much like a project, more of a quick fix repair.
Yeah, repair.
Yeah.
So it's not like super exciting, but you know, it might be just something that could be helpful for those that might think that it would be a big job to do. Yeah.
Just replacing posts. As you can see, all the raw wood is the things we've replaced. We used some fir for the posts instead of pressure treated, because the paint lays down better on those, and it just has a bit of a better quality of finish. And also, I mean, price point wise, they're very comparable
to the pine,
to pressure treated pine. But they definitely, I think, look better when painted.
That's Douglas fir, right? You just said fir, so I was
this is cedar. Sorry, this is cedar, not fir. Douglas fir. They didn't have any Douglas fir posts. This is cedar.
Okay, I guess that makes sense in the color.
Which holds up to the weather, the elements well. So probably not as well as pressure treated nowadays, but it's still really good.
Well,
and then this piece actually is pressure treated.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, do you want to just talk about what you did with the posts first before we go into this?
Oh, you mean knocking the other ones out and putting them in the new?
Well, because you just like did this thing. So when I thought about doing the posts, I thought that it would like make the whole roof collapse, because you're like taking the post out. Obviously, you wouldn't do them all at the same time. But
that would make the roof potentially collapse, more than likely.
I just felt like it wasn't something that you could do, but you just obviously took out one at a time, and then you like...
We did, but it's also, as a good rule of thumb, regardless. With this porch, we knew it was stable enough where we could take a post out and not worry about the roof coming away from the house.
Right.
But typically, what a good rule of thumb is to have a 2x4 that's the same length, just maybe a little bit longer than the posts that you're taking out, and you can then wedge that in place, or even toenail a screw in there so it doesn't go anywhere, and then that will act as your temporary support.
Yeah, see, that was like so key.
But we didn't need to do that here, so noisy truck going by.
Very noisy.
So we ended up just taking a post out at a time, and then replacing each one as we went down the line.
You guys did do like a, what was it, support, 2x4 support for that corner one, didn't you?
No.
I thought you did something and you were banging it in place.
No, it was probably just banging the post into place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then all we did for this, because it was existing this way, they'd originally nailed the posts into the roof and the floor, but we ended up sending some 3-inch outdoor weathered screws and toenailed those in at an angle. You could Craig jig it or something to make it a little cleaner, but really once the holes get filled, it's not really going to matter. You won't see it. And then once we did that, we moved on to this, and these are actually, believe it or not, these are 2x4s, because buying, I guess like anything right now, buying the actual handrails, if you can find them, again, they are expensive, whereas this is an inexpensive way. Sort of, you do need a table saw, so maybe if you don't have a table saw, it's not, if you have a table saw, then definitely you could do this, but as I'm sure you probably already know, then all you have to do is take a regular 2x4 and rip down each corner at a 45, so it gives you like a nice chamfered edge, and then all you would have to do then is to a desired bevel, I guess, and then all you have to do is straighten the blade out and then run it through the table saw again on each side to give it a nice clean smooth line with no splinters. And then for the underside, because regular handrails have like a hollowed out section underneath where then the rails sit into, all I basically did was I used the table saw and I set it at 16th or 8th inch increments. I can't remember which one it was.
Pretty close.
Close together anyway. And I scored a series of lines underneath.
Yeah.
I set the depth to like a ½ inch, and then I ran it through the table saw like 8-10 times, and I was then able just to use a hammer and a chisel and literally just break out all the pieces underneath, which then hollowed it out, and then hey presto, you have your little hollowed out bit for your posts. And then you can screw them in, you can glue them in, however you'd like to go about it. Probably screws would be best. We did trim screws, outdoor trim screws for that. These are now secure and in place. I'm hoping none of them are going to move while I'm doing this.
Did you test before?
Yes, so the plan is to do the same with the other side and have it all match, and then the stairs on the other side too. Yeah, as you can see that in the video.
How was you supporting me?
They're a little... well, actually, no.
Well, that one's way because it's not
connected yet.
Yeah,
it's loose.
That wasn't
but
that bad before.
I will be replacing it. And then once we've done all that, scraping and paint, or sand and a scrape and a clean and a paint, and then it'll all be freshened up, ready for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I think that was good. That was a lot of really good tips, baby.
Yeah, basically, everything I've just done to do this. It's really simple. It is really simple to do.
So it's doable for somebody who's it's doable as like a weekend project.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Depending, on the size of your porch and everything. But for some people, it's definitely daunting because you've got the roof and the overhang, and then you think about all that weight up there. But it is attached to the house, obviously, further up at the top of the roof. So as long as you're methodical about how you go about taking the posts out, then you're all set, really. Yeah. It's really quite simple to do.
Yeah. Yep. Great. Well, we'll keep you guys posted of what it looks like once we're done. We definitely do need to scrape and paint these, but it's going to be nice to have secure. It's been a while.
Yes. No, it is good.
You know, old house is part of the joy.
Yep. And we fixed, actually, there was a huge drip edge flashing, on the roof that wasn't long enough, which caused this whole issue in the first place.
It was like splashbacking right
on the stairs, on the handrails, and everything was just not in good shape. A little bit of punky wood here or there. So we punky wood, yeah. We extended that flashing, and now it drips past the stairs like it should have been in the first place. And then the problem won't be nowhere near as prevalent in the future.
That's like probably one of my biggest takeaways of maybe this particular house that we own, is just be very aware of where your water's going.
Yeah. And
if you are, then you can make sure that long-term damage doesn't happen.
Yeah.
If you have everything moving away from the house and not, just not dripping, especially because we're in the Northeast, so not just rain, it's all the snow and ice and everything.
Right. Yep.
So as much as you can get that away from your house, the better.
Yes.
And the less time you'll have to do these projects.
Yes. All it takes is a little bit of forethought, a little bit of flashing, and maybe some gutters here or there.
Yeah.
That's about it, really. And then that saves so much extra work.
Yep.
But with this home, it was done, but it wasn't done right, or extended far enough correctly. So inevitably, the rot set in, and we have to then replace a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
which we've replaced all the flashing. We've got all that squared away. So now it's just a case of all the wood things.
Now fixing the wood, and it'll be working properly for the next person. I think that they had thought, oh, I'm fixing this by putting the flashing up, but they just didn't take it to the next step of saying, I'm going to make sure that it
it actually
really
clears
gets it
where it needs to be.
far away enough, not just for the person.
Yeah.
Getting through, because this goes into our kitchen. This is like our main entrance. So
Yep.
I think maybe that's more where they were coming from, of just making sure it's not on the person.
It just stopped the drips, literally like 2 or 3 feet of space, but soon as it passed that, it was just dripping all over the woodwork, which of course then is not a good thing.
No.
So, yeah.
So packed full of helpful tips, I feel, this week. Yeah, like I said, we'll keep you updated on this project and all the many others that we have going. But now we're outside, like we don't have snow. This is exciting.
It is.
I know the stone wall.
The grass is actually starting to green up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of. The bits of grass we have. That's another project.
That is another project for another day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.